Cheekysport.
Hey, you are now tuned into rinsefm, and this is Cheekysport. Here with myself, Big J.
Scott McTominay, Akeem.
Big booty in the house.
Yeah, Gog.
Everybody hates Chris.
Alright, man, we're out here discussing everything. Hey, guys, the thing about Man United and Arsenal is... No, I'm joking.
No, we don't talk
Yeah, obviously, a lot of mad things happen this week in football.
Yeah.
Mad stuff.
You know what I mean? All the big teams won, but I actually want to talk about, obviously...
Do you know what I thought you were going to talk about first?
No. I know I want to talk about first.
I thought you were going to talk about the revolver. Greek League, man, come with a revolver in that.
Oh, the Greek League. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't see that.
That's mad, you know.
That's someone's
That
bapoo.
was actually
How
mad.
is man going to come up with a revolver and the holster? Come like a Western in that.
No, you got to explain that to me because I saw it come up on man's news, but I couldn't read it.
Well, he was just vexed. He was vexed. It was the last minute.
Basically, before the game, one of the team that he's repping, what did
It's one Turkish, yeah.
No, it's Greek.
Oh, it's
It's
Greek
Greek.
team. Sorry.
Calm
Very
down.
sorry.
Calm down.
Poke.
Yeah, innit. So
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Poke.
and AEOK, whatever the
Yeah. The name looks mad. That's why I was so confused.
Points were deducted. I should know this. I'm half Greek, innit? That's bad of me.
You ain't half Greek.
He actually is.
Sorry, man.
He actually is. That's
I'm
what's
from
mad.
Cyprus, innit? Not Greece. Anyway, they deducted points from the team. Anyway, so and it was going to be a game behind closed doors.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. So now before the thing, they said, all right, fans can buy tickets. They're buying tickets and whatever.
So it's supposed to be behind closed doors, but then they said fine.
They fans can buy tickets, and then obviously their points have been reinstated.
You know what's so funny? Sorry to interrupt you,
Go on.
I thought that he was going to explain what game behind closed doors was. Because that sounds like the Cuba go, for those who don't know, game behind closed doors, when the game goes on but no fans are actually invited.
Loud, innit?
You know, you're like, the offside rule is actually one of these things. You know, you like to explain the basic things. All right,
So all that's happened, yeah? Anyway, game's going ahead.
Right.
Anyway, there's a last minute goal. It's the gap is now like 1 point between them and whoever they're playing.
Dead
yeah?
team and dead team.
Yeah. Obviously, the linesman, the ref's giving it as a goal. Linesman said 2 minutes later, no. It
wasn't
offside. So the ref
Is there some sort of like illegal thing going on over
No, there must be some. I think there's
I thought what happened though, what made him vexed to come out was there was a last minute opportunity to get a penalty that was a blatant penalty and it wasn't given. And then man just came out with the revolver from the crowd.
Was that done with an actual strap for real?
Yes.
Yeah,
I can't believe I ain't seen this guy.
that is
but he didn't draw for it.
No, but
He
he was
didn't
wearing a
draw
jacket.
for
He was wearing a jacket. He was wearing a jacket.
You saw him, man.
He was wearing a jacket.
He wasn't wearing a jacket. He was bait.
No, they said he was wearing a jacket. They said he took his jacket off to show off the gun.
Hey, gunman, sir.
Let me tell you, that's someone's bapu. That's someone's granddad. He's a bapu. You gotta see the picture, man. He's there with his entourage. There's like 30, 40 big man. He's got the grey hair, looks like a fox.
And he just got his...
Why I don't understand though is
Who was he going to burst though?
He said to the referee, this is what the quote said. It's all for Twitter free, by the way. The quote said,
Okay, I didn't
he went to the referee and says, you're dead.
I don't know why we're laughing.
Why are you man laughing for?
No, big man thing. You know what it is, yeah?
But you know the maddest thing is that they've indefinitely suspended
The whole league suspended.
Why?
Oh, that is the...
Why?
I'll be like in the other side of Greece. Like, why has that got anything to do with us?
What we got to do?
Imagine seeing one of the Glazers come out on the pitch with a strap.
The referee.
Innit? Come, you're dead.
might be a Stan Kroenke thing, innit?
I saw it on, like, you know, like when your news comes up on your phone kind of thing. I'm thinking, I need to actually read this because this looks mad. But I didn't actually get to.
It's mad.
So I'm so glad you man. But football's getting madder and madder and madder. Listen, if we're gonna talk about that, we might as well jump straight into the West Ham thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously.
What do you think of Noble? What do you think of Noble?
We're not gonna. Let's actually give people context, all right? So obviously, at the what's it called?
Karen Brady, David Sullivan, and David Gold. The three Musketeers.
Let's get straight. All right, basically, this weekend in the Premier League, it was West Ham hosted Burnley. West Ham were at home and they lost 3-0. After the first goal, before we get in as to why, after the first goal, a player some supporters, a fan, ran onto the pitch, right? And then, what do you call it? Mark Noble obviously grabbed up the fan, gave him no serious wedgie. Like, the wedgie that he gave, man.
Come like he was a kid in that. Like
he gave him the serious... the wedgie was absolutely nuts.
Did he wait to him?
Have you seen the picture?
The way he grabs it, man. He grabs it like, you can see the wedgie. He's like...
Ripped up the boxes and that. But look, one thing...
So there's so much talking points. Sorry, there's just so much talking points to this whole thing. Yeah, as to why the fans actually thingied. What?
Yeah, but why the fans on the pitch?
No.
there's
Let me just start though. Something that people don't realise with a bit of context of the West Ham situation.
Right.
They were going to march before the game anyway. So
Right.
whether or not they lost to Burnley, beat Burnley, blah blah blah, they were already going to do some madness.
All right.
Anyway,
So do you know as to why that was?
No, because all of the supporters
There you
collected
go.
all the
Yeah,
support.
Akeem done his research.
All the supporters clubs, whatever they call.
They're called the real West Ham's
support
action group.
action groups.
Yeah.
They all formed together. They spoke to the council, blah blah blah, police, and they said they were going to do it. But they got shut down by the council, so that's the reason why they didn't do the march. But obviously, them getting smacked up. Well, the reason why they're marching,
apparently that's
the reason why
not
they're
true.
marching. The reason why they're marching is really the topic for debate, which is what I don't agree with, to be honest. So they're marching because of they're not happy. You know, I've been listening to West Ham fans. They're not happy about the way that the owners have spent the money and they haven't invested into their players enough and bought enough good talent.
Yeah, but then what?
And I'm just
but
like,
what I'm trying to say is, it was the whole thing. It was a promise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Obviously, these owners that you've mentioned, Gold, Sullivan.
do you know how much they've spent in the last couple of years on the club, though?
How much?
No, I don't know the exact amount.
No,
but I'm
they
saying
don't
spent
know.
a
But
lot.
obviously, the club was in debt. And when
Yeah,
they
but
bought the
spent it on
debt,
they
yeah,
haven't spent it
that's
right, man.
they haven't spent it right. And
Tell
that's
me
the
though,
whole
from an owner's perspective, what could they have done more? Really?
No. Do you know what it is, bro? Apparently, they got rid of like 11 players. Bro.
Yeah, but bro, their team.
And then they got some guy called, what's he called? Hugo. They basically got some championship player.
No, but
they brought in Zabaleta on a free.
Yeah, they got Arnautovic.
They got who's 34.
34.
They got Arnautovic. That's
Mate,
like their only good season
with all due respect, they're not going to be signing Mikel Alonso.
No, but bro, you got all right. So this is where
Yeah, but
this
it's
is where it
not
gets
just this
interesting.
summer though. It's like
a collection of things, bro.
man.
Because if you think about it, when you're doing that with a club, yeah, you need to understand. We were just laughing about Dom, big up Dom, West Ham Dom.
Big up Dom.
When there was a point where they were in Europe. They would do it. No, you lot might laugh. No, but I'm trying to say we're talking about West Ham. Like,
West Ham, look,
we know.
Bring back Harry. Bring back Harry. That's what I say.
Mate. The
Harry.
truth is,
It's actually our own. It's
where
how you lot talk about
Bring back
Arsenal.
Harry.
It's actually their.
I don't agree.
You know what? No,
I don't agree.
It is,
The
bro.
reason why I don't agree is because they've got to budget in a situation. Yeah. Look, hold on. They've put money into the club. They've expanded the they've got a brand new stadium.
Decisions have been.
The
They
decisions.
sold
Look at the
sold
management.
their old stadium.
I know, but my point is,
Look at their management
Wait,
I've been hearing. Someone asked, like I said, they were like, we should have got better players. We should have been better on the transfer window. Then someone asked a question. So, what sort of players do you think you would have got? And I'm like, you
bro,
got to remember, you're
you're
West Ham
missing
United. You're West Ham United, man.
see,
You know what?
you're
I forgot
missing-
about
West Ham
Bilic.
United.
That's what's not fair.
You
And
got to
this-
remember, Bilic had. Yeah, you're right.
And this is what's
Who do you
unfair.
think you're gonna get?
No.
Who do you
I
think
hear
you're gonna
what
get?
you're saying about the buying in. It's
Akeem.
Akeem, it's the promise of you lose 11, man.
Yeah.
You lose.
Who did they lose?
They lost Andre
Who
Ayew.
did they lose?
Andre Ayew. Bro, I've even got a list at home, bro. They lost
lost
that.
Payet as well.
No, but even
but
after that, even this
They
summer,
got
on.
Arnautovic though. They
No,
got
bro,
Arnautovic.
what I'm trying to say is you can't lose 11 players.
Yeah, I
bring
get
in
you.
4.
Well, they lost their place this summer.
Bro, they lost like 11.
Nah, but they
Bro,
dropped bare man on
bro,
free,
this-
though.
This is what's mad.
Bare man on free.
No, but hear what I'm trying to say.
I see what you're saying.
It's basically they were promised that
Yeah.
they bought a debt. The owners bought a debt, and they were supposed to slowly build off this debt
Yeah.
and whatever. So they were doing certain things to relieve that debt.
Yeah.
For example, selling their stadium.
Yeah.
That's partly part of the things that they're
Yeah.
trying to do. Selling their best players. These are all things that they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And then they were supposed to be like, you know what? Even though all this stuff is happening, we are gonna invest back into the club, guys. That was something that the fans were promised. The real fans thing came together
Yeah.
as a way, with certain points, to try and resolve and get a conversation going between them and the board, so that there was actually a way that they could resolve things.
Yeah.
So they asked for certain things, innit? They wanted the seats moved closer to the pitch, for example.
Oh, they went to be like,
because
Upton Park.
yeah, because
Yeah,
what
but
they're trying to say-
they ain't doing that because the World Athletic Championships is needed, isn't it? They're gonna keep using the
They're gonna
stadium,
keep using
so
the stadium for
that's
the-
not gonna happen.
and that's why they've
and
got
they
that
need that
lease.
commercial deal to stay afloat because the truth is that is where they're still earning money from with London Stadium because they're renting out the stadium
Yeah,
to the
but there's a
athletes.
catch-22 now because the West Ham fans want it to be like a fortress. How
Yeah,
Upton
but it's
Park
not gonna
used to
be. Fact.
You see when. Yeah, I know.
can't have the
yeah,
best
but
of both
that's-
worlds, mate.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
hold
now
on.
that but
That's
it's good to
where-
say
that's
they
where
got
the
no
owners-
world at all.
No, but this is the thing. Look, no. Some teams, yeah, they need to cope with growth. Yeah?
No, but they haven't
the
grown the
downside
right
of-
way though, Geezer. That's incorrect.
What? Go
Because
on.
instead of the owners building a stadium from scratch,
Yeah.
and spending some peas.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
that's crazy money.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
I know it's
that's
crazy
crazy
money.
money. Yeah,
Of course, it's crazy
I
money.
agree,
But
agree.
West Ham ain't gonna be building no Emirates, and they're gonna be building no Spurs stadium, are they? In all due respect, I don't know why Spurs even.
But
built
to be
this
fair,
2000
how big
stadium.
is
I don't
London
know why
Stadium?
Spurs even do
No.
that for
Big.
starters,
It's
isn't
like
it?
50.
Yeah,
but
It's almost as big as Emirates, isn't
It's
it?
as big as, but they're not gonna build that with the money that they
No, they
have.
won't.
Yeah, but they're not going
Correct.
to build it. Of course
Basically,
they're
it was a steal.
It was an opportunity. Yeah, it was an
not.
opportunity.
Yeah, it was an opportunity.
It was.
Yeah.
However, the atmosphere, they've lost that, and that was one of West Ham's main things.
It was, yeah.
You go to Upton Park, you used to score a goal, yeah, and the ball, it was like Southampton, the Dell. Remember the ball hit the ball, and
Yeah.
it's gone in the back of the net, and it's bounced back out. Referee don't even know if it's a goal.
Goal,
Yeah.
You don't even know if it's a goal.
Yeah.
They're missing out on that kind of
But
atmosphere.
will you
That's
take?
crucial.
But would you take the
Well,
short
look what it's
term?
done to West Ham
Hold on,
now.
will you take the short term L for a bigger club status? Because look, reality is.
No, but that's what they're saying, bro.
Big
They're trying
players
to.
don't want to come to no little boy 28,000.
No, you're missing it. The
seats.
point,
no,
you're
no,
being
no,
unfair,
No. What I'm looking at is the big picture. Yeah, the big picture is to become a bigger club. Yeah, and to look. Obviously, in an ideal world, they would have an Upton Park-like stadium that's just double the size.
Yeah.
Right.
But realistically, they know at least in the next decade that's not realistic.
Yeah, but why did they even sell the stadium? That's what you got to think
Well,
about.
what do you mean sell it?
They
what
sold
could
it.
they have done?
rid of
What could they have
that
done?
They got rid of that
Up
stadium.
Park,
Yeah,
yeah.
apparently
But was
it's
it bowling?
because it's all a money thing.
Okay.
It was like there was what would you say? They were actually certain promises.
I get what you're saying.
In
I
terms
just
for
think.
players that's why
You got to remember, they used to have one of the sickest youth systems as well.
Yeah.
Even that's gone to pot right
Yeah,
now.
No,
that's
they
on the
have
pot.
this-
Where's that Reece Oxford?
Trevor
Where's that-
Brooking ain't doing a job.
Where's that Reece Oxford that had?
mocking it.
Are you
You're mocking it. You're mocking
Why that
Sir
mocking?
Trev.
Sir Trev,
Brooking
you know.
is looking after that now. I might
know.
be
Yeah,
wrong.
I don't know.
But look, all
West Ham
I'm saying is West Ham are not in a crisis. Look,
They
where,
are.
no,
I
wait.
can't
Where
even
do you
crisis.
expect? Hold on. Where do you expect them to finish?
They should
Look,
be-
the
West
top
Ham should be
six.
top 10.
Hold on.
Top 10.
Top 6 is lockdown. Yeah. Then you've
10,
got.
top 10,
Then
top
you've
10.
got. I know. Then you've got 2 sides that, in my book, are better than all of the rest. Burnley and Leicester. Yeah. Then everyone else, you're in that group.
Your West
That's
Hams,
it.
Your West Hams and the Newcastles should be in the top 10.
Yes,
The size
that's
of the
what,
club.
Yeah, but
they
Newcastle
can.
just
And
come
then
up.
Hold
How loud
on.
Newcastle?
Hold on, exactly.
But from their history,
Even they're not even spending
Chris,
right.
exactly. And West Ham can easily still finish in the top 10. They're like 2 wins away from getting back in the top 10. So it's not crisis.
They lost away from
I
No,
don't
relegation.
it's
think
not a
it's
crisis.
crisis.
I'm just saying. All right, so now let's go. Let's
but
go.
West Ham fans'
let's get-
expectations.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know,
It's
and that's
Arsenal
the problem.
crisis then, okay.
And that's the
It's
problem.
Arsenal
It's
crisis.
not a crisis. It's not.
That's
But
the
it's
problem.
an
Expectation.
And that's
So-
the problem. Expectation.
So now let's
That's
go.
the
Let's
problem.
go back to this actual raiding the pitch thing. Yeah, like you said, they were actually gonna do a march beforehand, right? Which got cancelled. The Brady lady actually spoke.
Karen Brady, yeah.
Yeah,
Karen.
she
Big up
spoke.
Karen.
She got
She
another
kinda-
emergency meeting today as well.
Oh, is it?
Insider info.
Jeez! So basically,
Insider.
insider. Obviously, after that got cancelled,
Yeah.
they were saying, all right, we're going to do the protest inside there, the banners, etc. What I wanted to ask you guys is, when you are in this sort of situation, when you're a fan or you're a supporter, you love your club, what is the best way to protest? Because I'm saying, some people say it was good, the fact that, I don't know if you saw, the way they all kind of rallied around.
It was mad.
Do you know what I mean? Where all the board were sitting and they were basically
Yeah, and
pointing
it was
out-
apparently,
like some gladiator thing.
It was actually mad.
David Sullivan got hit with a 2p
Yeah, he
coin.
did, yeah.
David Gold left crying. Apparently, yeah.
Apparently,
So,
apparently it was
or it might have been the other way around, but
Somebody
one of
was
the
laughing.
David, something happened to some Davids, innit? But basically, yeah,
Yeah,
But-
so basically,
but long
what's
short,
the
long
best
short-
way to? I'm just asking you guys,
Yeah,
what is a good way to protest? Like, how does you?
No,
how
they
does a
do
fan-
it. They do it. In
Like,
the
like
right-
what the Arsenal fans are doing.
What's that?
Not even turning up.
No, but that's the worst. That doesn't make
not.
any
That's-
sense.
you think that's
Do you know why that doesn't make sense? Yeah, because you're still paying the money. Because most of the people who not turning up are the season ticket holders. Yeah, and season ticket holders have already given them the money.
Nah,
So
but it's not
actually,
just the money, bro. It's all that food.
So
Ah.
it's trust me, it looks sad.
You're right. You're right.
It
but
looks
still.
sad. Trust me, it looks sad seeing it like that empty. It looks sad.
Yeah, it does.
It looks sad. That's worse than I think man running on the pitch. That's just a headache.
Nah, but bro, the
No.
security.
No.
Did you man see the
That's what I'm saying.
security?
That's what I'm saying. It's a headache. That's why it's a headache.
No, but what you guys got to realize, to be fair though, with stewards as well, these stewards are not like
They're not built for
they're
that.
not like trained.
There's some
they're not like they're not.
youths.
No, but they're not. Yeah, and they're not.
Hey, I bet
They're
you
not
say
trained by
you
West
got
Ham
this West
fans.
Ham fan, yeah. You got the West Ham fan. Oh, so you're not allowed to go back here. Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll kick your head off, son. Are you mad?
Well, yeah, I'll kick your head up, mate. These youths are like, right, is it?
Them
Alright, you know
ones
what?
are. I'm only getting paid. I'm only getting paid for my job. It ain't worth my health.
Mate, it's
But
actually peak.
no, but the truth is that the way that they done it, besides the run on the pitch, yeah, that's not good. But what they done at the end of the game, yeah, if they just done that and circled around, that's okay. Yeah, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that was happening anyway. Remember people like Kevin Keegan? Back in the day, managers used to actually, even the managers used to go out and actually talk to the players. Like people used to shout like, "Why are you not doing this?" And they'll be like, "I'm trying." Like, it used to be open.
Kevin Keegan was by the gate.
No, I know. He used to wear his heart on his sleeve, bro.
Yeah, he was heart on his sleeve.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But like these days, I think these.
Like, why are you laughing?
West Ham just
I remember Kevin Keegan by the gates talking.
You know what I'm talking about?
Alan
That scene.
Shearer, and they're together.
That scene where people are shouting at him. He's like, "I'm trying."
That's what Pardew said.
Pardew
was like, they were like, they said that we don't care, but we do care. We really do care. And I thought, man, but it's like, and this is why we had the guest that we did have last week, because bro, this fan thing, is so serious, and it's becoming because everyone's getting more and more.
Okay, on that note, and obviously we're not talking about Arsenal anyway, but on that note, with everything that's happened at Arsenal, because Arsenal are ultimately in crisis at the moment, they are slightly in crisis.
No, it's a made-up crisis.
What do you think that's something that what West Ham's done? Because West Ham, to be honest, in 2 weeks have got really through, you could say, to the owners quicker than Arsenal fans have for the last year and a half, 2 years.
Do you know who Arsenal is? No disrespect to West Ham, because West Ham was like my second and third team growing up. You know what I mean? Loved a bit Harry.
Who's your second team?
He loves everyone. He got Uncle Harry, he got Uncle Pep, he got
Uncle Harry was the guy.
What about Uncle Jose? Yeah, anyway.
Nah,
yeah, anyway, go on.
Jose, that guy.
Yeah, so you're talking about the size, but long story short, they got through to the owners quite quickly.
No. But Giza, this is Arsenal, my friend. Do you know what I mean? No, come on. The same way when you lot tried to get through to the Glazers, he couldn't.
No, but the truth is,
No, you couldn't.
Yeah,
you couldn't. Why? Because you're a big club. Big clubs don't ramp. Trust me, the big boys don't. They're not gonna cave in like that. You think Stan Kroenke and them are gonna cave into the fans? They don't give a rat's. They know. You see all them empty seats, yeah, and man are not they're not gonna renew their season ticket next season. I've been on the season ticket waiting list for 12 years.
Yeah.
For 12 bloody years. Now all these men ain't gonna go. My ticket's waiting. It's ready.
Yeah, it's true. There's
bare man waiting. I'm like 900, 800, 700 billion, quadrillion person in line for the next ticket. You know what I'm saying? So what if they don't rock up? They know Arsenal. There's more. It's a conveyor belt.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Conveyor belt.
You're right.
Manchester United.
Yeah, you're right.
Mad.
You're
it's
right.
Actually mad.
100%.
People don't rock up. It's an empty stadium, and they asked me to stop. Arsenal, please stop this. Stop doing this. This is what's embarrassing. When they announce their attendance and they say 59,000 people. It's about 12,000 in the stadium.
Yeah. I know.
So,
and
half it's the away fans. Like the away fans is packed out, and then you see the Arsenal bit, and it's like, oh my god, that is one of the saddest visions of what has happened.
But it's not effective. But it's not effective protest, because we're talking.
Why is it not effective?
Because all I'm
Look what
they're saying. They're saying you can't sleep.
It doesn't work.
Because we know.
We know. I wouldn't care if I was Wenger or was Kroenke.
Shall I tell you why it's working? Shall I tell you why it's working at Arsenal? Because as Gazidis said in the summer, catalyst for change, etc., etc. No. Everyone
sound bites.
It sounded like sound bites in the summer because everyone thought it was going to be instantaneous, and it wasn't. It was a slow, gradual thing where we brought in this person, we brought in Raul from Barca, we brought in my man from Dortmund. You know what I'm saying? Wenger's contract is it's up for renewal. Do you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So that's the change. There's bare changes.
So would you put any of this blame down to the players, the actual players, or David Moyes?
West Ham?
No, I'm talking about David. I'm talking about West Ham. Just to go back.
It's about how they.
Yeah,
the only reason I say that is because look, the reality is, I always say this, Jermaine. Yeah, looking at the starting 11, that team is good enough to not get smacked up 3-0 by Burnley. Crap owners or not.
No, but that's my
crap
point.
owners or not,
bro. You need to understand. Yeah, players get the energy from the fans.
No,
bro.
It's true.
I'm being serious,
it's true.
Bro, I'm being serious.
We already said
have you ever
West
been in a
Ham
match? Yeah, no supporters on your side. Have you been in a match? You think when the kid was playing for, anyone came to see him? No one came to see him. You see,
he don't know that.
People did still. Mumsy came still.
Family crowd and you're there, but you're gulping. You're like, mate, I got to pull this out. I got to dig deep, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You got to dig deep.
I can't be out here looking dead like on the pitch. And that's just a little game.
Yeah.
When you've got thousands, a sea of people, they're looking at you like they're cheering your name.
And we've already established that West Ham fans were like their 12th man, that cliche. You know
100%.
They were that close stadium.
At the moment, it's even if you saw Mark Noble's thing, he wasn't siding with the fans, but obviously he's somebody who's obviously West Ham through and through.
Through,
you can tell he was in a rock and a hard place because he wasn't.
No,
he wasn't trying to get at the
Mark
fans.
Noble knows that's not the right way to go about things.
Yeah, he knows it's not the right way
That's
to
why
go
he's
about
giving
it.
man wedges.
But he's also trying to say there's something. He basically looked at the camera and said, it's like when someone's been kidnapped. You know when someone's been kidnapped and they got to make a sign that they're in danger without actually letting you know that they're in danger. So they just look at the camera please, bro, save me. Like, they can't say it in the words, but they're in trouble. He's looking at the camera like obviously I'm a human being and they came at me, so I had to come back. But he's thinking that, but the club's in danger. Everybody, help me. Everything, we're in danger. Like you can see, bro, that the guy is peaked. He's looking at the fans, and the fans are even saying like, "Rod, it's toxic. The guys can't perform. They can't perform. They're looking around. There's people, but the fans are even divided. Like the fans themselves, some of them are saying,
like Arsenal,
some of the fans are even upset that they even had a discussion about the march. Some fans are saying, bruv, don't listen to these people. They don't care about us.
Yeah, but if you start marching without getting confirmation from the council and that, then it's going to be a madness. You better get ready for the bats.
Do you know who West Ham are?
No, hold on.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to go down that road, be ready for it. That's what I'm saying.
Old school.
Because the Met Police ain't got much to do at the moment.
We're not condoning this.
Yeah, but yeah.
Whoa. All right, listen.
I'm just saying, you got to know your issue about West Ham.
Listen, we're just going to leave it to the fans. We leave it to the fans. What do you guys think about this West Ham situation? My main question is, what is the best way for a fan to protest? If fans want to change at their club, obviously we know that some clubs have like little social things where they have like ways to reach out to the fans. But those social things are still owned by the club. So if the club can still dictate who's on that board and whatever. So as fans, what is the best way to protest your club is basically my question. If you want change at your club, what is the best way to go about it? Because at the moment, we're seeing a lot of fans come out and against their club, but there's no right way to do it. Sometimes the players don't like it. It affects the players and the fans, and then people are in danger. It's a very difficult one. So let's just leave it at that, and we'll just get you guys to leave a comment about that. Do you know what I mean?
Hunter. Harry Kunta Kane.
What?
Why Kunta Kane?
Why Kunta Kane?
My bedrooms call him Kunta, innit? Like King Kunta.
Okay.
Kendrick. King
Kunta. They think he's King Kunta.
Kunta Kane.
So Kunta Kane.
I don't know how I feel about that one still. You know, like that.
I hate that.
You know the ones that are like, I don't know how I feel about that one.
Tottenham fans, isn't it? What can I say? Innit?
Yeah, they may be black. They're not even black, are they? I bet they're not even black fans, are they?
No, he is black. You know.
Yeah, they're not black. All right, so basically, so anyway, Kunta Kane.
I love you, man, bro.
Yeah, it's all love. You know the ones. All right, so basically, he's had his ankle
bust up
for the second time. It's the same area that
I'm only upset for England. Only for England, I'm upset.
I don't think it's a big deal because he's not going to be in the
Champions League. But for Tottenham, I'm so happy.
They're going to win the FA Cup game anyway without him in it. And they're also going to win the other league game. And the England game, he's not needed for it. So he'll be back by the time.
What, you only think he's out for 3 games?
He's only going to be out for like probably what? Well, it's not confirmed, but probably about 4 to 6 weeks. They're out of the Champions League already anyway.
But no, Tottenham are like a one-man team.
Oh, come on. You can't say that.
When
the Son was doing bits.
Son in 60 seconds, yeah?
Son.
Hey! Son's mad. No, don't hate.
Son's the man.
Son is the man.
No, he's basic. Basic.
He'll walk into Arsenal team. Walk into Arsenal team, bro.
Son in 60 seconds, yeah?
Like this.
Hey, he'll walk.
Yeah.
Brother,
where was he in the Champions League? About.
Allegri.
Hey. Arsenal's next manager needs to be Alex, mate. Alex. That's the guy. That's my guy.
Here we go.
Did you see what he done? Did you see what Allegri done to Poch?
Bro, it was back to the wall sort of thing.
That's old news, mate. Don't worry, it happened. Unlucky Spurs.
Allegri.
Don't try it. That was actually a bad day. You know, I see bare football fans so happy that they got knocked out.
I'm so happy. Why? You know why people was happy?
Because you're a hater.
No, you know why?
No, I'll tell you why. Because you're a hater.
No. You know what? You know why Manchester United fans wasn't like bothered because they're your side. That's your side thing, isn't it? Tottenham. So like, you know what I mean? That's your. I can't really say what they really. That's your side thing. That's your thing, isn't it? So you don't care, innit? But for everyone else, it's like, they're back in their box. Finally, get back in your box.
But they're still but they're still in the FA Cup.
You're a hater.
The FA Cup, what, that trophy, that means nothing.
Oh!
What did Poch say? What did
We're not doing
Pochettino
this.
say? What
We're
did
not
Poch
doing
say?
this.
What did
Yeah, he
Pochettino
cares
say?
about league position.
He said, I don't. What do you think I care about FA Cups? He said.
He didn't say it like
He
that.
didn't say it like that. He didn't say it
He
like that.
poo-pooed it. He poo-pooed it. He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, you're right.
But look, people are happy for Juve when you talk about the Champions League. They were happy because of what happened in Fiorentina in Italian football.
No, not just that.
And Cellini.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
a lot of the
Yeah.
players, Cellini, Buffon, they've got a lot of players that are loved worldwide. They're like just lovable players. So that's why a lot of people wanted Juve to win. But I think Tottenham did deserve to go through.
How can you say that?
No, they deserve based on the performance.
On the performance from
But
What
they didn't
performance?
do the
What
job.
Which performance?
That's it.
Which performance?
On
Based-
both legs. They were
How?
on both legs.
That doesn't make
What do you
sense.
mean,
Listen
what
to
do
what
you
you're
mean?
saying.
Yeah,
Listen
I
to
am-
what
I am
you're
listening.
saying. Based on their performance,
Yeah.
they should have gone through.
Yeah.
But yet, their performance on the day wasn't good enough to get them through.
It was
No,
experience.
no.
All right, you know.
What? It was experienced, yeah?
No,
It wasn't.
it was just
Nah,
like,
nah,
we know you.
nah, it
made-
wasn't.
What? We got Conte Kane. What? Where was his goals?
Now talk.
Huh? What do you mean? He
Yo,
scored.
yo,
didn't
Where,
he?
where,
He
where,
scored
where was Son
in
in
the
60
first leg.
seconds? Where's Son in 60
Didn't
seconds?
Son score?
Huh?
He said
Son scored.
Yeah, but
that
I'm
game.
talking about, yeah, but where are they to help the team win?
Nah, bro.
If it's about
Son
that,
even scored first. That's
Yeah, I know he did. Yeah.
Bro, you're a hater, man.
Son scored like
But
4
did you
and
see
4.
the Bala?
And
You
it
see
was-
the Bala?
You know,
Huh?
you know,
You see the baller?
you know. But what I'm trying to say,
You see Higgs? You see Higuain?
But
How old
it's
is
bad-
How old is
Oh,
Higuain?
oh,
Chris,
no,
what
no.
we're trying to say is this. What we're trying to
Chris.
say is, yeah,
If
it was
anything-
it was a momentary mistake.
Can I say something? If
It was
anything-
Chris, two little
Chris, he's
mistakes.
back, Chris, he's back.
It was two little mistakes. That was why they lost. The rest of the game they were fine. Be real. Be honest. The rest of the game they played well. But they made those. You're right. You're right. They lost.
I've seen Jose Mourinho, yeah.
Oh.
On the weekend, your manager done exactly the same tactics, yeah. And you know it was at home.
What tactics?
You played that the
What
away team. You played that
tactics?
the away team at home.
We're not going to the Man United game.
You're
I'm just saying, I'm just using
you're
an example.
criticizing Man United
Same for the
winning.
Man United
Oh,
section,
sorry,
innit?
sorry.
Don't be trying to
Sorry.
kind of get
Look,
Reno.
look,
Listen,
look,
all I'm
sorry.
trying to say is, guys, obviously, Spurs fans, how do you guys feel about Harry Kane? Obviously, get well soon, Harry Kane.
And how do you feel going out of the Champions League? Because I listen to Spurs fans and people
they
were
complaining?
angry. People were complaining. I'm like, once again, put yourself in perspective. You lost against a team that was 2 times in the
Mate,
final. Wait,
mate.
they got to the final 2 times in the last 3 years.
but
Yeah,
but they lost
they're
twice,
one.
though.
They're the best team in Italy by a country mile. Yeah, well, not this season,
But I know
but
you-
generally
but I know
speaking,
generally speaking,
yeah. They're top 5 teams in the world. Yeah?
Remember to the heavyweights.
Yeah?
They're heavyweights.
No, they're heavyweights.
They're real
so,
dogs.
so you lost by 1 goal after over 2 legs to that team.
No,
and
but-
people are like, Pochettino, what are you doing?
It's
Blah,
true.
blah.
It's
Like,
true though.
Are you taking the mic?
No, it's true though. It's true. What is Poch
They
doing?
played. They did.
No,
it
you
was
can't
only
say
those
that,
little
bro.
It's true.
mistakes.
It's true.
Put it
What is
in
Poch
perspective,
doing? No,
though.
I'm not
It's
hearing that. I'm not
Juve.
hearing that rubbish. Sorry, I'm not hearing that about 2
What?
mistakes.
What?
Arsenal will say the same thing.
So you
about,
think they should be angry with
Man
Pochettino?
City, 2
You
mistakes.
no
Hold on.
word.
Should
You
they
don't
be
want
angry?
mistake throughout the
Should
whole
they be
thing.
angry?
Tottenham fans should be over the moon. Like this is them like over like achieving. Even them being in the Champions League is overachieving. Like it's unbelievable.
Well, that's their standard.
Unbelievable.
That's their standard now.
But again, it's catch-22 because what is Poch really doing? Like doesn't win no trophies.
He's still in the FA Cup.
Doesn't win no trophies.
He might still win the FA Cup.
But he doesn't regard that as a trophy. You know what I mean? He had a dig at Arsenal this season. Like, when is Poch going to produce? Tottenham fans, in the comments, please. Like.
All right, listen. All right, we'll move on from there. Chelsea
Big up Chelsea.
won in it. What Chelsea? Palace.
Conte still getting it done.
But they're so inconsistent. Man, don't understand Chelsea. You play 1 week, you're sick. You play next week, you're dead. You play next week, you're good. You play it, you're dead. Like with them, I just think, mate, whatever, man. Whatever happens.
Man City
They're
is just too
so
good, man.
inconsistent at
Man
this point.
City is just too good, and it's making.
I
everyone
hope someone
fucking
comes and cops Willian for a mad beat.
How hard is Willian?
But he's so sick. So in my head, I'm just thinking, what's the point, man? So
Did
Chelsea.
Jose bring him in?
Yeah.
Are you
Yes.
sure?
Yes. Yeah, that's what it was. He was flying out. He was in a
He's supposed to go to-
he was in a helicopter on the way to Spurs.
Spurs, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
and
that's
then-
it.
and
He
then
was going to
Jose-
Spurs. Spurs lost him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, Chris is a pagan. You don't eat this guy. Hates Spurs. You're supposed to.
But look, looking back.
You're supposed to. But in my head,
Willian is so hard. He's too hard.
Willian-
man.
But look, looking back, because obviously Chelsea's got a crucial week with Barcelona, yeah? What do you guys think about the teams left in Europe in both the Europa League,
I'm
which is
scared.
just Arsenal,
I'm scared about
and
Champions League.
as far as English teams go, what do you
big up
think about
Arsenal for.
them? It's not really big
I-
up, they just won a game.
Yeah, they just won a game. They're not through yet, but
Yeah.
big up them anyway. It just depends. By the time this comes out, Man United would have played
And so
Who
with
you played?
Chelsea.
Seville. What was the score?
Well, no,
What was the
Chelsea
score,
wouldn't have
Manchester?
No.
0-0.
It's a good result. It's a good result for us.
You're gonna park that diesel bus, innit?
No,
Can
we
you
have
smell
to score.
diesel?
We have to score.
Can man
We
smell?
have to
I can
score.
smell diesel.
We have to score.
Manchester United is
We have
full
to
of
score.
diesel. You're
We
full
have
of
to
diesel.
score.
Yeah, but doesn't mean you can park the diesel bus. Big up Can Land for the diesel.
Why would we park the bus? We're at home.
Against Liverpool, you had that diesel bus,
Bro,
parked
we
up.
scored the goals and we defended.
You done
That's the
Route
way
1
you play
teams,
football.
Route 1
Do you not
football.
understand that's how you play
Counter
football?
attack. You're at home. You're Manchester United. Everton's not getting.
Oh my
Get
days.
around with your Barcelona on this
Oh
team.
my days.
my
You're the
days.
biggest club in
Every
the
single
world.
week.
You're
Every
bigger
single
than
week.
Bayern. You're bigger than Real.
You know, we're gonna
You're
get.
bigger than Barca. You're bigger than
Do you know what
Celtic.
makes? Do you know what
You're
makes?
bigger than
we're gonna get
Galatasaray.
to that game.
You're bigger than Rangers.
Hey, do you know what makes me laugh? Yeah, what I don't understand about some people when they talk football. Yeah,
This is Manchester United.
They say, oh, this is their identity. This is the way they play. Who told you all of this? Who said?
Sir
who
Alec
said this?
Sir Alec told me.
No, Sir Alec had a style. Sir Alex Ferguson had a style.
Sir Alec said,
and he's not no longer there anymore.
No, but
so the
he
new
said,
manager
what
takes
does
the
Sir Alex
style.
say? What does Sir Alex
There's no identity of a team of the way they play. They play to win. Yeah. Do you think? Do you think? Hold on. Do you think Stoke's style or West Brom's identity is to do a long ball? No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's because they had a few dead managers.
No.
Yeah, that just threw long balls.
Seriously though.
That's
seriously.
their team.
Can I just say one thing?
That's
though?
the way it is.
Can I just say one thing? Yeah, you was right. You know about this one thing.
About what?
No,
A lot of things.
I think when Tony.
You want to start list? You want to start list?
No. About. I think
Where's the paper? Let me write something down.
No.
What was he right about? Come on.
No,
Let me
I
press
think it was
record.
when
Hold
Pulis
on.
got sacked.
Yeah.
When Pulis got sacked, I
Yeah.
remember you saying something about it.
Some nonsense.
No, it wasn't
I
even.
actually
Not,
thought you were getting me a.
What, a list?
What is
I had
it?
to write this down.
Right.
Yeah.
Is Uncle Pep winning, by the way? What's the score?
Yeah, they are 1-0.
Oh, who cares, man?
Who scored?
They man won the league.
Yeah, go on.
Who cares?
What?
I told
No,
him
no,
make sure.
bruv, I don't understand. So you know, I wanted to ask you, about West Brom.
Yeah.
Keep the manager or sack him.
Well, what? Pods?
You said sack him.
No,
I'm saying
keep
saying,
him.
no, because you know what it is, yeah. You got rid of Pulis, yeah, because things were a bit.
I'll be honest, yeah. Look, when
And I remember when they got rid of Pulis, I remember Akeem being outraged, didn't it? I swear.
Nah.
Or did I make that up?
I was annoyed when even Clark got removed before him. They keep sacking
Who
managers.
got
who's doing a
sacked,
good
sorry?
job. Steve Clark.
Oh, Clark.
Yeah, Clark.
Yeah.
No,
So it happened.
Was Clark
So
did a good job. I can't remember.
yeah, he was
No,
eight.
but
They were eight for
Pulis
the
was
sack.
100%
I think Clark
doing
was
a good
doing right.
job.
I think Clark was.
But Pulis was 100% doing a
But
good
why
job.
Pulis get sacked?
But all I remember, hold
That's
on.
what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
They had like a bad.
But you know the problem? Then I tweeted, about West Brom, and I said, you know what? Be careful what you wish for about it, yeah?
I remember that.
I
He
got
did say that.
I got bare West Brom fans, saying,
Is there
no.
bare?
Do you know what they said?
I
They
didn't think there was
said,
that many.
do you know what they said? They said there was a lot, yeah? And they were like, what? We're happy. We're still happy that we got rid of Pulis. I was like,
Well,
some
even now,
some
even
of
now.
them,
You
some
know
of
why
them
I
said-
was happy,
some of
though?
them- some of them
With
even
Akeem.
said, hold on, some of them even said, I'd rather get relegated and play better football.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't understand how some people view football.
Yeah, but you see how you didn't like one of you two was thinking that Moist was no good for Manchester United, and you was like, no.
Yeah.
I'd rather. It's the same with them. Like they'd rather see the team get relegated than
Then play good
keep-
football.
That don't make no sense.
No, but I think they
That's
play good
mad
football.
to
I
me.
think they play good football. Purely say they play good football.
So
So
he
what?
got so many good
So
wins
what?
though.
Yeah, I know, but they've had enough of seeing that style of your football. They're done. They've seen Uncle Pep do madness.
So you're trying to tell me teams really want to see good football?
You know what?
rather
Shall I tell you what was very apparent when Valencia played? I think it was Stoke in I think it was UEFA Cup many moons ago. Yeah, not that long ago, about 5 years ago, whatever it was. Yeah, and the Stoke lost. I think they lost 2-0 in aggregate, like altogether. So it's not 1-0, 1-0. It's not bad, is it?
Not as
Yeah.
bad as
it's
Arsenal
not-
Bayern Munich.
Yeah, it's not. It's not as bad as you'd think as well. Stoke Valencia, if it get smashed up. Yeah, but if you
could have been 10-2.
yeah, okay, cool. Like, there's a reason why Arsenal. But anyway, that's another story. Styles, isn't it? But anyway,
5-1.
football pick up.
Hey, all right.
Sorry.
Anyway, but what was very apparent was the level of technique from the two teams. Stoke was balls up in the air, looking.
It's a
all
bit
mad.
rough.
Yeah, it's all rough, looking mad. Valencia, they're getting it, they're trapping the ball down, boom, boom, passing move, and Stoke was all like that.
So you're one of
You
the
know
people that believes that the quality of football in
They're
other leagues is
tired.
better.
These men are tired of that. Like West Ham used to. Remember when West Ham were playing some sick football? They're a team with not great budget. It was a little team. They would have had Parlo and all their man, Carrick and all that. It was
Do you guys
it was good
understand?
football.
You can only play good football, when you have the right players. You can
No,
do
no,
that.
that's not, no. You can teach this. It's coaching.
No.
It is-
Not
it's
at that,
coaching.
no. At that
Look
level.
at Marco Silva. Look at Marco Silva.
Marco Silva. What about him?
Look at Marco
What
Silva.
about him?
Look at the football that he had.
Now he had Watford playing some
had
good
Watford
football.
playing
Yeah,
nice
he had
football.
Watford playing some good football
football.
and getting battered as well. many times.
because they were.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
No,
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. You can have good football. Everyone can play.
Where was Marco Silva?
Even us guys can now become manager of any of these clubs and say, you know what? Do tick-a-tack.
No, I agree. No.
Rolo, polo, whatever. Do whatever you want.
It's not simple.
You can do all that stuff, but the reality is you'll get smacked up because you don't have the game management. You don't have the positioning of quality players to be good enough to pass the ball around like that and still hold position and still be.
That's unfair.
I think that's unfair though. I don't agree with that to an extent.
Look at Man City. Look at Man City players. Look at great players like Aguero.
Okay, do you know?
And you think my man couldn't even improve no more.
No,
Look how much more he's improved.
Let me ask you guys something then. Why then, if you look at lower leagues of every league, the quality of football, obviously, is worse. You won't see, if it was just a tactic game, you would see someone replicating. You'd see someone replicating a Pep-like a tactic.
No, it's not about. It's not.
What I'm trying to say is,
don't do stuff with players.
Hold on. You see Pep. You see what Pep does, yeah? That's not. That can't be replicated. He's got secret sauces. He's got recipes that man don't know about.
Good players.
Are you stupid,
players?
Geezer? He's got recipes that man don't know about. Like if other managers were to go and see what he does in training,
but he does. No, but he needs the right player. Yeah, but he still needs the right player.
Yeah, of course. But look at
I think honestly, at this level, all the players are capable of a certain level of football, innit? 100%. And it's just, and obviously every single manager goes into every single game and every situation kind of different, and they can choose to play ball because you're right. Marco Silva was playing sick ball.
But what you guys have to say, and I keep saying,
look at Eddie Howe as well.
And it annoys me about it, is you guys have to respect, what football is, the craft of football, It's not about these purists.
I agree with that.
Listen, the art of attack. No, it isn't. The art of attack is just
as Brian Clough said,
as the art of defense. Wait, hold on. So Pep Guardiola, what he does, you're right. He has source of the way he plays is special, But Jose Mourinho equally has things that you may not oversee. Game management. The prospect of when he goes in front, no one is better in the world at defending the lead. No one. Yeah. He doesn't get smacked up. How many times have you seen him lose 5-6-0? He doesn't get smacked up. Never. Because he doesn't do that. How good is he at changing the game when they're playing badly? Yeah. Remember they were losing 3-0 at half time. Newcastle v Chelsea. 3 subs on at half time. How many managers have ever done that?
No, I hear that. No. You're missing the point. No. I respect that. No, I respect that. The only thing I don't understand about fans is when they say, I'll rather get relegated over having
of course. I agree.
That's the bit I don't understand. Because with me, I say this in all my group chats. I say this to all my friends. There's many ways to cook an egg.
Thank you.
You can have it scrambled if you like. You can have it sunny side up. I don't really care how you get there. Just get there if you can.
Exactly.
And that's
look, that revolver there. That's the revolver in the Greek league.
Show man, the team. Poak or whatever.
Poak. Big up, Poak.
So don't get twisted. I agree in that, in the sense. So I don't care. Sometimes we know some football looks great. Cool. I don't care.
No.
Can
I ask you two a question? Let me ask you two questions. Like, have you two ever played football before?
Yes.
Bro, you see when I play ball, it's not sexy,
you know? Hold on. Can I say something? Wait.
African style.
Chris, let me ask you a direct question.
Do you guys see Jordan use red card?
Yeah.
African style. That's how I'm playing.
I was pissed because he was in my...
They kick out.
Bro, that's it. Route 1. Route 1. That's it.
Grabbing, man. And I'm big as well, you know. See man's belly. Holding off a couple, man.
Shaking in that.
You might think I have time for all this. Think I have time for all of that outside the boot stuff.
You know, man,
I've got no time for that. Side foot.
It's not sexy.
Everything, bruv. I do not.
Taking the yellow card for the team and that. Alright, but Chris, real talk.
And me and my belly will run back down. Alright, guys, go back in the
Sweating hard.
Hey, 2 minutes. Hey, pass my ass for pop.
Roll off,
guys.
But Chris, look, this is the real talk. This is probably why it's probably different in character. Because if I owned a football club, if I managed a football club, straight up,
would be so boring. So boring.
I'll be like,
when
you get a goal,
your kit will be great.
Bro, my tactics, and this is why I love Mourinho. Because I have a feeling Mourinho's tactics, even he runs drills on. This is how you take a yellow card and counterattacks to avoid, bro. Because you've got to know how to play the game. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. So let's quickly go. We haven't got a lot of time left. We haven't got a lot of time left. Yeah. So
That's this tick-attacker, mate.
The dark arts.
Can I just say one thing?
This soft mint type of football.
Can I just disagree? This is what I don't understand about everybody. To me personally, yeah. Man United didn't park the bus in the second half.
Hey!
I know. Listen. All right, listen. Don't get me wrong. Liverpool are supposed to be dead.
I thought no.
Best attack in Europe.
Okay.
Best attack in Europe.
Okay, can I just say one thing? Can I just say? I just got one question. I got one question. Yeah. You would agree? Let's just go here. You would agree that Man United only parked the bus in the second half?
Of course.
In the first half, did Man United park the bus? I'm just asking.
There was signs of the bus reversing in the first half. Yeah, I could see it reversing. I was like, okay.
All right. So while it was
flexing,
reversing,
he was flexing.
While it reversing,
he had the radio.
While the bus
on.
is going beep,
yeah,
beep,
yeah,
beep,
like a Reva.
Beep,
yeah.
beep. Why couldn't Liverpool score?
Because
Man United too good.
No, because
simple.
No, but they're not. Okay, let's get one thing straight, yeah. But like I've been saying to you, man, for weeks, Liverpool have not got the best attack, and we proved that last week with the numbers anyway. And Man City, come on, let's not talk wet.
Don't compare. So why didn't they score?
No, but you're factually wrong. You're factually wrong. Just tell you.
I'm not actually.
No, you are.
Where was the
front three of Liverpool are the best front three in the world.
Do you want me to get out?
Yeah, go on, get out. Because Martin Tyler will agree with me as well.
So who scored?
So get out of here.
So who scored
Martin Tyler will agree.
Who scored more goals in the league, Liverpool or Man City?
No, that's not what I said. I said the front three of
care.
Liverpool. No,
they had to pattern it that way. They had to pattern it that way and say the front three. No, it's a team game. I bet they got the best attack. It's a team game, you football fico. There's 11 men on the pitch, not 3.
Let me ask you another question. In all competitions, who scored more? Oh, wait. Thanks.
I'm not sure.
Bang!
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I think
Donut.
Man City have scored 100 and something goals already.
Yeah, and I think Liverpool probably have as well.
No.
Yeah.
We'll leave it to the fans.
Anyway, I hate both the clubs anyway, so I don't even know what I'm talking
It's what you gassing them up for.
What about Arsenal? You lot win.
You know what, Arsenal? It's sad to see what's going on. Empty stadium and things.
I wouldn't try to do the job. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what? I
Them man took the cojones back.
Oh my God! Don't get me started.
Hey, where's my? You know when you pat a man down? Where's my cojones, fam?
You get me? You get
flipping cojones.
I swear
don't ever take my cojones again. I'll slap you.
I swear Dini didn't shake it in their hands. But big up Dini anyway.
Now, Trey Dini's a fool.
Did Trey get his 200 clean sheets? Yeah. Oh.
His first ever penalty for Arsenal as well. That's his first ever. I think he's had 15 or 16 attempts. That was his first one. And it was Trey Dini. I want them to do what they done to what Keown done to Mr.
How much prayer did you do prayer and fasting for that?
When I was sorry, I was like, oh my God. I was like, it's a goal, innit? And I was like, you know what? It's Trey Dini. Cojones time.
The cojones.
So what do you think that's going to be for the season?
Well, Arsenal. You know what?
You're just.
You know what?
Don't do it.
And you know what?
Just say you're going to win Europa.
It's going to sound crazy.
Just say you're going to win Europa.
I think Europa's is on. Touch wood.
As long as you don't play Atletico Madrid, yeah.
Touch woods.
Yeah.
Top 4.
Oh
why do you say quietly?
No, listen. I put the camera on. If you saw the way the engineer and the camera, they just went, oh, like literally they just died. They almost wanted to throw up in their throat.
How many points behind
the fact that Chris has, the fact that he had a little bit of hope that there's top 4, yeah, they're looking at him like, please, just don't. All of us are here like, just don't. Mate, just chill.
I want to see them deliver the comments.
He's deluded. That Chris, yeah, don't get him on again. He's deluded.
I see some guy that Spurs things like, get him off. Yeah. Right, you know what? We need to do a comment section. Next week, let's get some comments, gang. And we're going to respond to some of you, man. Right, the guy from America, I think he was, man said something about man's hairline and that. Had a fresh trim as well.
Your trim was fresh last week.
He said something about me being deluded. He's like, oh yeah, and you can't hide them cowlicks. I was like, man, got me, man. Fresh. And I can see with your hairline. I'm looking at your hairline the whole time.
You're looking at this. You're looking like Robocop. Hey, listen, man. Let's just end the show, man. We gotta go, man. Hey, listen.
Let's get a Robocop thing.
You myself, Big J.
Scott McTominay, Akeem, obviously. Big up, McTominay.
You want to do it?
No one is entitled to that. What we are entitled is to compete for the title.
No, we're not. We're not entitled to that.
We are entitled to have. We've got the man. We're one of the highest wage payers in the country. Yeah.
Remember,
we are not entitled to that.
Remember, Chris.
We have got a manager on £10 million a year. We are entitled to challenge for the title.
No, that's